Welcome everybody to Pathways to Wellness. Today's show we're going to be talking about chair massages. If you've ever been out and around at a fair or a festival or airport, you'll see people just relaxing in the massage chair. So we're going to talk a little bit what is the massage chair, the benefits, why get a massage, some of the history behind it, and we'll also talk about some of the contraindications. And I also have a couple guests here that will demo it on later on in the show. So first of all, we're going to look at the massage chair and what is it. So first of all, you can see it's at an angle, it leans forward. There's a face cradle that you'll put your face in, and we have sanitary face cradle covers that we put on the chair so people can have that nice comfort feeling, but also sanitary and no spit or diseases. It leans forward. You've got a place to sit in here. You've got your knees will go here, your hand goes there, your face goes forward, and that's totally adjustable. And that also helps open up the low back. And what the whole idea is to be able to relax the person in the chair and work through the muscles in the back of it. Why get a massage? Why use a massage chair? And with that slide, we're going to look at it. I mean, the main goal is to help folks to relax and rejuvenate. It's accessible, it's easy, it's comfortable, it's efficient, it's affordable, whether it's the employer paying for it or the employee, or you're paying out of pocket at an event or festival. Who does it? Companies, medical, educational. Also, what you want to do is be able to get in there and do some pain relief with it and get into the shoulders, into the low back. And with that, we're going to talk about the history of the massage chair. And how did this get developed? Well, there was a guy, his name was David Palmer. In the 1980s, he owned a massage school out in California. And he was trying to figure out, one, how to get this more mainstream into the public. And to get it more mainstream in the public, you need to make it more accessible. He also wanted jobs for his massage students. And so as he was teaching massage and he realized some of the traditional massage came back from the Japanese and the table massage, but there was a point when people sat up on the table. And he said, what if I make it shorter and have them sit on the table and do the massage, but instead of sitting on a table, maybe sitting in a chair, and maybe we can just consolidate it into 15 minutes and make it very easy and affordable and do this routine. So he got the routine made with his massage students, and then now they had to go out and market it. So they just went around to the office buildings in the San Francisco area, and they put flyers on the door, and eventually one of the big companies out there, Apple, said, hey, this would be great. We're really trying to push out Macintosh then, this again in the early 80s. And so that's what they did. They took a drum stool, like drummers sit on, and they took that and people sat on it, and they would massage around 350 people a week. The challenge with that was you're kind of waffling around on a massage stool, and the massage therapist is having to hold them so they don't. So then he said, well, gosh, we need an actual massage chair. So he went to a furniture maker, Sergio, and he said, well, you need it in a box. I don't actually have a picture of it here. You can Google it on the internet, but it's really cool. It's a wooden chair. It folds up, goes into a box. The only problem was about 28 pounds, and it was still kind of hard to do to make it very accessible for the massage therapist. He did get a patent on it, and then he did go to the professional organizations and say, hey, let's do this, let's make this more mainstream. So that's the history of the massage chair. With that, we do have some contraindications that we are going to talk about for the massage, and they're pretty common sense. If you have a spinal injury, on your neck or your back, you don't necessarily want to be doing massages. Osteoporosis, if you have frail bones, if you're sick, you have the fever, flu, cold, spreads easily. And then also you got to be careful if you're pregnant or if you're pacemakers, because you're leaning forward into the massage chair. So with that, we are going to now take a short little break, and when we come back, we're going to have some demos. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Pathways to Wellness, and we have one of my guests today, Miss Gina Groom, and she's going to tell us a little bit about why she likes chair massages. She's an executive director of Northside Chamber of Commerce. So tell me a little bit about your experience, about why you like massages and the chair massage and what you use it in the community. And
Sure, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about the chair massages is it's flexible. You can do it for your team during the middle of the day, which is what I've done. You can do it at an event where you're out and about and you just don't have a lot of time, but you would like to be relaxed for just a few minutes, and it does make a difference. Just 5-10 minutes makes a big difference, and so it's nice to have that opportunity to just kind of take a break in your day and receive some relaxation.
And that's what makes my heart shine, when I know I can help people like Gina and her staff members and community members. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little demo, not a demo, but a demo. Is there anything particular bothering you today? Anything you want me to focus on?
I would say upper back, shoulders.
Okay. And you're an office worker or on a computer, but you also do, she told me this morning she was up at 7 at the mayor's office doing a little gig, so I'm sure there's a lot of other stress there. Any injuries that I need to be aware of? Anything that's okay?
Nope.
And what would be your goal today? What would you like out of this?
Just kind of maybe decrease tension up in the upper back, general relaxation.
Okay, cool. So she's already had one before, but I'm just going to demo for everybody. You're going to sit here. We saw that row. Put the knees here. If you have knee problems, you're going to put your knees there. She's going to lean forward, her hands there, and her face here. And I'm going to adjust this for her. And see, she's taking her jacket off, because sometimes in the business environment, you want to be a little bit more relaxed for it. There you go. She's a little bit taller, so let me make this taller. This is how easy this is. Make it accessible and convenient. Go ahead and lean forward. Yep. Are you comfortable?
Yep.
So now I lock her in. There's this, I don't know what you call them, devices on the side, latches that holds her in. She's got long hair. Are you okay if I move your hair out of the way?
Yep.
Okay. So basically when you do chair massage, you're just going to try to relax the back. Remember, we said this was developed so the back would open up. So I'm just going to come in here and just do a little bit of the massage on the shoulders. Are you comfortable?
Yep.
Okay. She said she had tension up here in her shoulders. And see, I can even come behind and I can get up in here. And I do feel that tension up here in her neck. So. You got the scapula you can work around. And you go down these big muscles. You got the lats, you got the rector spinae, you got the traps. I'm trying to remember my anatomy of the back here. When you do this for so long, you just do it. The serratus in here, interior. A lot of people get this low back pain, so I'm going to demo. I'll move her jacket here, and I'm just going to sit on this stool. And then when you come down here into the lower back, you're just opening up these muscles around her lumbar area. You go into right into the top of her glutes. How do you feel?
Good.
She says she feels good. I'll pay her afterwards. Now I'm going up into the neck a little bit, and I know she's got long hair. It's a little bit harder to see, but I'm going up into these neck muscles. There, I moved it out of the way. And up into the scapula. I say scapula, I meant to say scalp. Gosh darn. The cranium. There you go. You don't have shoulders on your head. Go around her ear. I know when you go and get your hair cut, lots of times you have the people washing your head, and just that massage, we forget how comforting that is on our head. And then you can also do her arms. And so I'm just going to go down her arm. Especially office workers. There's all kinds of works of life. You know, you have mechanics, you have hairstylists, you have construction workers, using your hands, teachers. I don't know if they draw on a chalkboard anymore. I know when I was a kid they did. I think it's all computer driven. And I'm just going to even her out on the other arm here, even though you can't see it. It's magical. Okay. And then what I want her to do is get up nice and slow. And hold on the chair. And what I usually do is, yep, there you go, nice and easy. And she's going to back away. There you go. So that was very abbreviated. So how do you feel?
Good.
Good.
Opened up.
Opened up. That's the whole point. Normally they last, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and with the show we're only going to do just kind of a tease, like 5 minutes. And then I always do this, because this is free. But sometimes you get messed up with the hair. And like I said, we've got the protected cover here. Anything else you want to add or think about with the?
No, I guess I would say that it's nice. This is a nice thing that you can provide to your employees or to your staff. I think it's it's an easy thing to do, especially today, as it's kind of hard to get people to come back into the office, and to people are looking for those fringe benefits for work. So this is a nice option to consider.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Gina. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back with our next guest. Thank you so much. Welcome back, everyone. We are here with our next guest, Mr. Shaman Walker. Thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Shaman is, I met him through networking, actually, in Northside North Shore Chamber. And probably known each other for a couple years. And he invited me to come do massages for a family event. And I asked him if he could come here today, maybe talk a little bit about that, but also for himself. He says he's an athlete. He also details cars, so he's very physical with his body. And you were just telling me you just had a big workout yesterday, so this was a good time for you to come in for a massage, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your experience with massage and chair massages.
So at first, chair massages to me was just the only thing I found at the mall. From there, of course, I found you that had a different approach to massage therapy with the chair massage at an event. Of course, a few months ago, my mother passed away, and she's a mother of 9 of her own children and 15 grandchildren. So
Wow.
I wanted to be able to pull all the women together to provide an event for them. And I thought of you because of massage therapy helps relieve stress and things like that, and it allowed us to help transition well during that time.
Yeah, and I was very honored when he asked me to come and do his family event. I rearranged my schedule to make sure. Anytime you lose, it sounds like a key person in their life and the rock of their life. It was just tough, but it was amazing. And later on in the show, we'll see a picture of his family. It's a huge family. So with that, we've got the massage chair here. I'm going to go ahead and put a fresh sanitary cover on here. And we're going to get going now. What kind of injuries do you have that I need to be aware of?
I'm recovering from an ACL injury, but we won't be working on that today.
Okay.
But other than that, just some tightness, of course, from throwing and working out. I also play baseball as well, so my arm is used a lot.
Ah, see, I told you he's an athlete. Baseball, but do you do football too? Do I remember that?
Yeah, I'm a quarterback, so.
He's a quarterback.
Yeah,
Wow.
I practice on Sundays, so I definitely could use some loosening up in the shoulders.
Okay. So, you told me a little bit of injuries of your knee that's recovering. You had knee surgery a few months ago. So, as we were demoing earlier, he can sit on his knee or he can, sit not on his knee. But why don't you go ahead and sit in the chair and we'll get you started. So, and are you sure you're okay with your knee? And I think I could adjust this again, but it looks like it's perfect, like it's fitting him like a glove. So basically, again, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the upper back. And I tell you what, he feels pretty loose. Maybe because he's always working out and stuff. A lot of office workers are really tense. So like in Gina's case earlier, she was a little bit more tense up here. Now I do feel a lot in his mid-back, these muscles in here. So you can take longer soothing strokes if you want. I tend to do a little bit more of a cross friction stroke to work on areas that are tight. But there's a lot of different ways you can do massage in the chair massage. But my whole thing is just to kind of loosen up the area. If I feel some trigger points, like I might feel one right in here, I might go in a little bit deeper. And you know, some people, I am not an elbow user, but some people will use their elbow to go down the back. Some will use their forearm like that. I just tend to use my hands. There's no right or wrong way to provide a massage. No right or wrong way to receive a massage. I do feel some tightness in his low back. So again, I'm going to sit in this little stool. Sometimes if I forget the stool, I'm on my knees. And that's kind of painful, as you can imagine. There we go. And I'm going to go up here to his shoulders. It's very loose in his neck. And like we demoed earlier, we can go into his arm. I didn't really do this for Gina, but you can go into the hand. You can do a little bit of hand massage. It always feels nice. And then just to even him out, even though you can't see this side, I'm doing his other arm. And his hand. And some nice, long, smooth strokes. Now I'm going to have you still sit in the chair. Just get up slowly, but still sit in it, because I want to do a little bit on your neck. So you're going to just, yep. There you go. Well, actually, go ahead and get up. Sorry, I didn't explain that very well. So sit back down here. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, I didn't explain. Okay, now keep your head up. And I'm going to do a little bit here, because then I can get in a little bit better into his neck. Is that okay on your knee? Mm-hmm. You sure you're not just being tough? He's like, no, just keep massaging my neck. So there you go. There you go. All right, now you're going to get up the rest of the way. So sometimes I have people just end where they can do that. Yep, you can come around. So tell me how you feel.
Relieved, rejuvenated. Of course, my hands, like, they feel definitely loosened up because of the detailer I'm using my fingers and getting cracks and crevices.
Yeah.
So it definitely helped out with that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so that's one thing too. And remember a couple months ago, we did the reflexology in the hands and the feet. So that might be something that you may want to, partake in yourself to get a little bit more detailed on the hands, doing your detailed work. But thank you so much, Shaman, for coming in and sharing your experience. We're going to take another quick break here, and when we come back, we'll do a summary, and then we'll kind of just go over some really fun pictures of different events that you can do massage for. So, all right, thank you. Welcome back to Pathways to Wellness. And as you know, we were talking about having massage in chairs today, or chair massages. There you go. So anyway, I have my guest here, Miss Gina and Mr. Shaman. And before we actually talk more to them, I want to do a little review. So what did we cover today? Massage, basically we changed it from being on the table and sitting up, and this, been 4,000 years in Japan. The guy created it, his name was David Palmer, he got a patent, it was in a box, that's when he became the massage chair. To relax, rejuvenate, there's accessibility, comfort and control, affordable, minimal time needed, any kind of company fare can use it. And you want to avoid if you have spinal injuries, frail bones, sick, and be careful with the pregnancy and pacemakers. You may just want to actually sit in a chair versus being like an office chair versus being like I am right now if you're pregnant. I do have some pregnant ladies actually sit in this chair. It makes me nervous, but they usually know where they are in their pregnancy, so they'll lots of times sit here. And with saying that, I welcome back Gina and Shaman, and so thank you. So again, tell me, Gina, how you embrace the chair massages in your community. And
I use the chair massages as a benefit for my staff, to bring you in and just provide a little relaxation in the middle of the day. And then I also use it in conversations with some of the employers that we work with through the Chamber of Commerce, to suggest ways to provide benefits to their employees as well.
Okay. And let's look at the slide that actually shows some different events, which is the next one. There we go. So here we are, me in front of the Northside North Shore Chamber, and up in the right-hand corner is Gina and her staff. But we also can have fun with it. So like I was at Rivers Casino, and Iceberg got in my massage chair, and I was over at Chatham University, and I didn't actually see the Kruger, but I got a picture taken next to him. I was over at P3R, helping them get ready for the season, so that's why there's the Pittsburgh Marathon in the back. And then I can do like outdoor events. That was for the Tropical 5K run. And I've also donated some time at the library. So whether I'm being paid to go to a venue to help with employees, or whether you can do them for the charities. And then Mr. Shaman, tell me again, you were telling me you had this celebration for your family, and tell me about how that day went when that event was going on.
Well, that day started with me running around to make sure that I had enough food for all the 22 women that were available. I called Joan to be able to come there and provide massage therapy. It was a beautiful day. They all ate and they all took turns getting in the chair. And it actually forced them all to, of course, remember the good times that my mother brought to them. So Joan and Rekindle Spirits was something that was very beneficial for our family in a time of transition.
Yeah, and you could see that picture that we just had up there of his huge family. And I was telling Shaman too, they were showing up in pajamas, and I was like, what's going on? But they wanted to make it nice, casual, and just kind of let down. And they were in between the grandmother or the mother passing, or the sister, or the auntie passing, and in about a week was going to be the funeral. And it was just a beautiful day and I was very honored that he had me come in there. So with that, I want to thank the viewers today for watching us. I want to thank also Gina and Shaman taking some time out of their busy schedules to come down here. Gina's told me she has to go back downtown for another meeting, so, and I know Shaman's probably got some cars lined up there to make us all look, fantastic as we drive off around town, especially with this weird weather. If you have any questions, you just know how to reach me on the slides at the end of the show. And again, thank you viewers for watching, and hopefully you've learned something today with Pathways to Wellness, and may your continued journey be full of fulfillment, of wellness, and peace and joy. And thank you.